Warning: the following views that are expressed on the Dr. Quack house calls that are expressed by the guests are not necessarily the views of this show. Strong language, partial nudity, violence may occur. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the House Calls. I'm Dr. Quack, and tonight I've got a real treat for you. I've got a man that's going to be coming on screen, probably one of my favorite promo artists ever to watch. I will tell you, this man here has done some of the craziest stuff known to man. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring him on, the Tinman.
What's going on, Dr. Quack? How you doing?
How we doing, man of 10? I like that. You know, you the man of 10.
Yeah, I figure I got to change it up a little bit. You know, everybody wants to make fun of the name Tin Man. We can't make fun of a man of 10. Maybe I just misspelled the number 10. You don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. This whole world doesn't know what's going on. But we're not going to get political tonight, at least not right now.
Not tonight at the moment. That's good, you know. Look, for people that are just tuning in that may not know who you are, I want you to tell them about yourself and what you do.
Well, let's see. Long story short, a few good buddies of mine started doing some promo stuff in the promo world, and I thought it was the most ridiculous thing ever. I mean, who in the world comes on camera and talks smack in a competition? It's the stupidest thing ever. But then about a month later, I got convinced to try it out. And I had a friend of mine several years back that gave me the nickname Tin Man. And the reason why was because being a firefighter, sometimes you have to have, you can't have no heart. But I do have heart. And anybody that's ever watched the movie Wizard of Oz, hi Malachi, knows that the Tin Man actually did have heart. So I became Tin Man. So I used the name Tin Man. And I lost my very first match, came into the VOH, and within about 6 months, I have monkeys crawling all over me. I run a promo artist orphanage. That's what it is.
Right. I got a question already from the jump here. Here we go. And this comes from Sean Shady McKenzie.
Yeah.
Where has the Tin Man been for months, and how does he still think he has what it takes to keep up with promo stars of today and the future?
Well, as far as where I've been for months, I've been doing all kinds of little things. I've been doing work. I've been doing school. I'm this close to getting my EMT license, but, sometimes some people are better at doing than thinking. I mean, you're studying basic EMT, but 40% of the questions are paramedic level. Come on now, you're trying to cheat the Tin Man. You don't cheat the Tin Man. But that's where I've been for months. I've been having fun, been raising this little thing here and that one right there. Say hi, Isaac.
Hi. Hey, and him.
Okay, y'all said y'all's eyes. I've been just kind of doing my thing. I've been kind of living life, and to be honest, that's kind of one of the things I'm going to discuss a little bit tonight too. You get a little you get a little burned out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I got a little bit burned out, but I had to do things in life, had to take care of a couple of things, and that's pretty much what I've been doing. Now, as far as having what it takes, first off, didn't nobody say I had what it takes to handle with the promo artists of today, but you know what, Shady Sean McKenzie, you know what, you're older and uglier than me, so how do you think you even have what it takes? But that's okay, it's okay, we're not trying to start no smack, tonight. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. But as far as thinking what I have to take, I think I do have what it takes still. I've been doing better. I've been going to seminars, reading books, self-help things, stuff like that. And really and truly, it's just I've just been kind of watching from a distance. Every now and then, I will have a promo artist reach out to me and be like, "Hey, can I ask you advice on something? Don't tell nobody I called you because they'll make fun of me, whatever that means. I don't know." But, sometimes you just get a little tired. And honestly, sometimes you kind of lose a little bit of that magic creativity. And that's kind of what happened to me for a little bit. But don't worry, I still got some good comedic chops, and I've went up with some of the best, and there's still some that I haven't went up against. I mean, that's why I'm a legendary. I've done some of the first. Matter of fact, VOA.
Who gave
Let's
you
go
that
ahead.
legendary moniker?
Huh?
Who gave you that legendary moniker?
I think it was you, wasn't it?
It was me. Yes.
Yeah, and then I had to stick up. I had to stay up to them. To that level of awesome. You know, it makes me a legend. Oh, now I have to work hard. Thanks, Quack.
Oh, I know, man. Look, do you remember why I gave you that?
I did something that nobody else had done. I can't remember what it was though.
This was around when you started messing with fireworks and cutting a promo.
That's right, I did. I started out doing something that nobody else had done. I was in the VOH, and what I had done is I ended up winning the Catalyst title. Like, first time out, won a Catalyst title. And then I guess I can mention it since there's no drinking game involved. I lost every Inferno match to 7. Everybody take a shot. There you go. Lost every single one of those. But then after winning the Catalyst, you know, I had to keep doing more. So 4th of July is starting to come around. I'm trying to beat 7. I really, really, really want that Inferno title because it's so nice and so big and it'll look so good around my big fat belly. So I decided, since it was 4th of July, to set up some fireworks. I had people shooting Roman candles. I had artillery shells getting tossed behind me and going off. I had sparklers blowing up in my face. And not one time did I flinch or shudder or anything like that. And guess what, folks? No one's ever done it since. I'm the only one that's ever been able to do it, the only one that's ever attempted it. And I did get some bruises, burns, and cuts and contusions. But I still lost. Oh my God. I literally did something no one's ever done ever before. And the Tinman lost because we couldn't really hear him over the. Really? You couldn't hear me? I'm over here getting shot at with artillery and I'm not even flinching. And I don't get no points for that? Really? Not a single vote. Not a single vote. Nothing. I damn near killed myself.
You did.
But then again, it is called the Voice of Honor. So whatever. But that kind of became my moniker, you know. I didn't care if I really won or lost. I wanted to do something that made people laugh, that made people wonder, made people think, that made people realize if they kick my toolbox one more time, I'm going to kick them.
Oh boy. Well, here's one for you. Did the Tinman go do a Goldberg sparkler intro? Goldberg? No, he did not do a Goldberg.
No, I did not do a Goldberg. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure if you go out there somewhere, y'all quit before I 10 y'all. I'm pretty sure if you go back around and you look somewhere in the promo universe, there is that match. Or if you even find an intro, like there's parts of it in the intro. There's not just a sparkler.
When you're going knife hand.
Oh, yeah, knife hand explosions going off in the background, all kinds of crazy stuff. Cops got called. The grass kind of caught on fire just a little bit. So, not to mention, I was getting like a scratch glued on the back of my leg. So, oh, yeah, I definitely suffered some stuff, but just for the entertainment value of it.
Oh, yeah. I got a question for you. Since you are a gauntlet winner, here we go. This is Bronx Bomber, man, who is in there. So I'm in the gauntlet match, hopefully coming in the same spot you came in at 3. What advice do you have for me and trying to make someone cry like you did last year?
Well, remind me of this. Who did I make cry?
That I don't remember. It might have been the final match. I'm guessing that might be what the speculation was.
That I made someone cry. Well, I don't know if I actually made them cry. Now, they may have been a cry baby, Hollywood Haywood, because they lost. Oh, did I name drop? I sure did. I said I wasn't going to talk smack, but I guess I am. Yeah, I kind of made somebody cry because in their mind, I wasn't supposed to win. But you want to know something, though? Here's the thing about the gauntlet. And this is I'm guessing this is his first time ever doing the gauntlet.
Yes, this is. He ended up qualifying and going into it. He'll be one of 5 this year. It's not now 7, it's 5.
So, funny thing about the gauntlet, I'm pretty sure it's been explained the history behind it. One thing funny about the gauntlet is that was something that was brought up and worked hard for. Like it had a lot of planning going involved in it. A lot of stuff had to come together to make it happen. And a lot of that really stemmed from, I think, because of the fact that it's close. It's the closest thing to a live promo match you can honestly get to, and still make it work. Because in a live promo match, which there have not been many, but in a live promo match, you have to think on the fly. You don't have time to sit there and come up with something. You have to think on the fly. You've got 3 minutes, you've got 30 seconds, or however long the time frame is. So with the gauntlet match being in there, that gave everybody a chance to kind of experience the live aspect with not actually experiencing the live aspect, because not many people can do the live stuff. And if I am not mistaken, was the legendary Tinman not one of the promo artists in the very first live match ever done in the promo universe? That's right.
Yeah,
and I lost that.
Actually, here on the house calls, this was done here. You and Landfill one-on-one.
That's right. And I lost that dang thing too.
You did, but you were a part of it, man. You got that participation trophy.
And that's and really and truly, and for anybody out there that's never done a live match, that doesn't think they can do it, or or is maybe afraid of doing it or whatever, I'm telling you, getting into the gauntlet will help prepare you for that. Doing a live match is one of them things. Honestly, when it came up, and here's where your behind the scenes stuff comes along. I didn't think Landfill was going to take it. I really did. I was just like, let's do it right now. Come on, let's go. Let's take 5 minutes, go to the bathroom, get you a smoke, get you some water, take a TT, and let's get after it. And then for a while, he was just like, no, I don't want. I'm like, oh, yeah, chicken. Yeah, you are what you eat, chicken. And then he was like, all right, fine, let's do it. And I was like, crap. And I did the best I could, and we did something that nobody had ever done before, and we went iconic for that. And it wasn't long after that, eventually, Landfill was the Voice of Honor champion.
Yes,
I mean, he was the number one promo artist in promo land. And he did what some promo artists do. He put out a hype, and he said the wrong thing. And I ran and rubbed that all over him, and I won 2-1. I won 2-1. And ended up becoming the VOA's champion. And
I remember that because you did the running up the hill promo.
Oh man, let me tell you what, that was some of the funnest times, honestly, that I had, was doing the stuff like that.
What was your most creative promo you ever did, in your opinion?
Minus the fireworks.
Yeah, minus the fireworks.
Hey, y'all go over there. Yeah. Honestly, I'd have to say minus the fireworks. I don't know, the promo match wise, I would have to say that.
I mean, I don't know. Dqhc comes to mind.
6.
Actually, now that you mentioned that, now that you mentioned that, I think the whole Dqhc thing would have been actually it, because me and Dqhc had one of the most creative rivalries ever. Matter of fact, and I'll bring it up because if it ever gets said, I know Landfill will admit to it 110%.
Okay.
But him and a few other people actually got mad at me and Dqhc because me and Dak worked together on a promo.
The Fire Night. I remember this.
We had absolutely no no line to step over. We erased that line and we went after it, and we were okay with it. Like I wrote some of the lines that he needed to say, and he wrote some of the lines I needed to say, and we attacked each other on a almost in a personal level. I was like, "Hey, can I say this about your sister?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." I found pictures of Dak Snow when he was a child, because if it's on social media, it's fair game. Y'all remember that? And did this whole thing about Dak Snow growing up, but not really growing up. And then I did a thing. I'm like, look, he's all grown up and he's already lost his hair. Holy crap. And it was iconic. It was totally iconic. And I beat Dak Snow every time. And that's where the creativity came from. How in the world am I going to do better? How do I top this? How do I top this? How do you top fireworks? How do you do this? How you do that? I did a whole thing, my promo match against Dak Snow, and I believe it was defending the VOH title. I did a whole promo where I brought him into my locker room, and he was going to try out my Dqhc, and then I tried to drown him.
Never forget
Had
that.
my phone in a Ziploc bag, man, going under the water, imitating all that kind of stuff. And that was supposed to be my match. And then all of a sudden, he puts out a hype one day, and it just sparked. I said, you know what? This ain't going to be my match. This is going to be my hype. And then literally, Rickle Wiley, of all people, says, if that's your hype, I want to know what your match is. And then my match was simply nothing more than me washing dishes and teaching him a lesson. And I still whooped Dak Snow's little butt.
You did. Had the title on the door. I'll never forget that one either. Yeah, that was a great match. I want to talk about something else though here, because you don't get enough credit for this. You probably had the greatest promo related show ever, and I'm talking about Tuesdays with Tinman.
Oh yeah,
Through that.
The iconic Tuesdays with Tinman. That, man, look, if anybody out there has never studied or have ever thought about studying filmmaking or film production at all, I'm going to tell you right now, it's a lot of work, especially with one person and one phone. Oh my God. I mean, that was some of my most creative stuff. Some of it didn't make a lot of sense. Some of it seemed funny in my mind, and it was funnier on screen. You know, and sometimes I'd have to come out and explain to people like this was the joke. Oh, ha ha ha! I have to go back and watch it. That was great. But I mean, and that's, I got to thinking about it the other day. You know, because there was a show you did. Y'all were talking about one of the greatest WrestleManias or something because of the storyline in it. Well, to me, my favorite one was WrestleMania 2000. The whole Stephanie McMahon, Test, Triple H thing, and all the little whatever. Great storyline. I loved it. Matter of fact, I sat there and watched episode after pay-per-view of all that storyline for like a week solid. Well, I started a storyline ever before Tuesday with Tinman. It was against, I feel bad. I can't remember his name.
Come on.
Oh, what was remember he come
Maniac?
The one that came to Texas with us.
Oh, Ivan Rage, yes.
Ivan Rage, yes. Rest in peace, Ivan Rage. Great guy too. Yeah, it was a match against him, and I just had this random idea. Hey, let's have a post-match scene. Because everybody has those like in between show things where someone's walking through, like, yeah, I'm gonna have my match tonight, and then someone clocks them with a chair out of nowhere. We don't know if he's gonna show up or not. I was like, let's have something like that. This man put on a mask, took out a nurse sword, got on a bike like he was gonna ride the bike and charge. And I saw this video the other day. I found it on my tablet. I started talking about giving my trusty steed, and I had a broom with a rainbow unicorn duct taped to it as my trusty steed, with my NCO saber sword from the Marine Corps in my hand, and a helmet by you now. I'll get to that in a second. put a helmet on my head, and charged. And then sat there as another one of my characters known as Dr. Perpendicular, which can't believe I even brought that name up. Somebody actually brought that name up a while back. Yeah, oh God, Rainbow for President. Man, the campaign for Rainbow for President.
Oh my God.
But it was just a storyline that just went out, and we had crashed, we in the parking lot, and everybody was worried about Rainbow, and I had to do this whole thing about a stuffed animal. So then Tuesdays with Tinman comes around, and then this whole storyline comes out. Karen, which was me, Karen kidnaps Rainbow. And then Rainbow disappears, and we have to rescue Rainbow, and then we rescue Rainbow. So it was just this whole little storyline that started, and then everybody's like, "What's with Rainbow? I want to see Rainbow do this." Well, I finally got tired of it, and I'm about to beat y'all up. And they finally got tired of it, and I burnt Rainbow. That's right, I burnt a stuffed animal.
You did. God, people were so upset.
Yeah, upset like this. It was sad.
It was. You're having too much fun on that end. But here, let me ask you, let me do some word association with you here. I'll give you a name or an idea, and you give me your thoughts on it. Let's start with Drag Neo.
Say that again?
Let's start with Drag Neo.
Oh, God. Drag Neo. So, I guess in a personal aspect, like real life personal aspect, I didn't get it. Not gonna lie. There were times, there's drama wherever you go. There's always something. There was miscommunication. There was a lot of other stuff. But with Drag Neo, the character Drag Neo, not the man behind Drag Neo, not the man behind, but the character Drag Neo. My character and myself personally both really wanted to hurt him because, in my professional opinion, as my character, to me, Drag Neo was nothing more than a dollar store version of, the Joker from Batman. I mean, Heath Ledger would have been rolling in his grave going, "That's not right," because I don't have any other original ideas. So I'm going to steal something from an Oscar winner. Yeah, I'm going to paint my face white and do like this. Like, oh my God, that is so stupid. And for 2 years, 2 years, 365 plus itself, I dragged it on. Come on, Drag Neo. Come on, do it. Come on, do it. Never would do it. Never would do it. And then we get to the big thing, the Voice of Honor's WrestleMania, Ground Zero. Drag Neo accepts it. I'm ready for it. Then he bows out last minute. Really? Yeah. Really? After I had did a whole 4-minute promo, I was going to nail him. I was going to be one of the first ones to actually beat Drag Neo, to actually destroy him. And never happened. And I never got that match. And that's kind of one of those things where, to an extent, I kind of wish that I had got a chance to do. But then again, I'm kind of glad it didn't, because I really feel like both the characters, Tinman and Drag Neo, would have went just a little too personal with it. I really think they would have went just a little too personal with it, and it would have been this whole big deal. So it's kind of one of the things I wish it had happened, but I'm kind of glad that it didn't. But as far as it goes, and I'll say it, Drag Neo, first word that comes to mind, I don't know. I don't get it. It's confusing. I don't understand the character. I don't know nothing about the background. It's a dude painting his face white. It's a guy that wants to be Brandon Lee from The Crow and talk like this. I don't get it. I don't get it. And honestly, I know I haven't been doing much lately, but if Drag Neo came out on screens and was like, "Tinman, let's do it," I would come out of retirement in a heartbeat. I'd be like, "Dude, let's do this in 5 days."
Well, I'm sure people heard that one. Never know. Here you go. I got another great one here for you. Reverend Gimme Doe.
Reverend, give me dough. So, and
I got you there. I
wow.
need you
So
pop on screen. Yes.
Reverend Give Me Dough is that is a promo persona that pushed me to an area that I never thought I would go to. Because and you know this, and many other people know out there that, and even the ones that just watch that don't participate, you know that there's things that we don't go after. You know, we don't go after the gender, we don't go after the sexual identities, we don't go after the religious beliefs. But boy, that really pushed the line, because here you have a a black man that thinks that North Carolina barbecue is the best, but he lives in Kansas City or something like that, or the vice versa. I don't remember which one it was.
He's in Kansas City.
That's doing this Reverend Gimme Dough thing, which is basically nothing more than a Southern Baptist black preacher that just wants to get the money and do all this, that, and the other. And then I can't remember the name. I don't remember the name. Maybe you remember the woman in the congregation that went up against Reverend Gimme Dough.
Pepperoni Booty. I can't remember her stuff. Yeah, that's all you go called her.
Yeah, it was Sister something. I forget her name, but oh man, that was, I don't even know where that, I know where that started, because Reverend Gimme Dough was doing a hype interview or something, and I believe it was doing it either with you and Mr. Mayhem.
Yeah, we were on the Pulse.
Yes, we were doing the Pulse, and he was doing the Reverend Gimme Dough, and I was just like, oh no, you are not going to be doing that. Do not put that in the fire, boy. I don't feel like working tonight. And I just had this idea. Well, if this Reverend is so good, let's hear something from the congregation. So I just decided to come up with Sister, who, whatever her name was, Sister Dolores, Sister whatever, Sister Deborah, I don't know what it was, but I called in as a member of his congregation, and I didn't like what he was doing. Oh, no, sir. Now, you be taking money from the plate, and you ain't a good Reverend, because you be smoking that bad. So, and it just became a thing. And it was something that just I came up with on the fly. And then he comes up with this pepperoni butt stuff, and it just went. And then like 5 minutes later, somebody has this bright idea that oh well, hey, maybe Reverend Gimme Dough needs to go against what's her face, pepperoni butt. Okay, well, who am I, the Tinman? Who am I to set down a challenge? So it happened, and guess what? Reverend Gimme Dough won. At least I think he won. I'm pretty sure he won.
He did. I think it was FTW Promo Mania. Yeah, I remember that. That was a good match. Very enjoyable to watch. Here we go. Got a couple more. Let's go with green screens. How do we feel about green screens?
I've never worked with the green screen, and I'll tell you why. Is because of the simple fact that with green screens, it takes a lot of technical stuff. It takes a little bit of practice. It takes a little bit to understand how it works. I never saw the point of a green screen. I mean, I knew enough with the software that we use today to put something in the background and make it work. I didn't want to deal with green screens. If you know how to use a green screen and you can do it properly and you can make it work, by all means, use that to your full advantage. But if you have no idea how a green screen works, either learn or don't do it. Because I know people, and you know people that's got these nice little laptops, these desktop computers, all this great video software, and they're like, the coolest thing in the world. I mean, A-List Alverson comes up with some amazing little stuff. And if you look at some of the stuff that we've done, I think people, even promoters, would be surprised what we do with just a phone. You've seen it yourself. I did an entire filming of an episode of Tuesdays with Tinman at Dr. Quack's house, and he didn't even know I was doing it. It took me 10 minutes. I edited it. I showed it to him. I was like, check this out. He's like, did you just do that? Yeah, I sure did.
He did. Oh,
it was amazing. I jumped over the wall. I snuck into his house. Yeah, it was great.
That was phenomenal. Here you go. Since you brought him up, A-List Alverson.
Honestly, as much as I would love to just pick and flail and jump all over that character because I can, I'm afraid if I did that just for the fun of it, I'd lose out on a future match, and I kind of want to save all my good stuff for that. But
That's fine.
Avis Alverson, he's one of those characters. Either you love him or you love to hate him. What? I will in just a second. And I don't know. It's just he. Everybody says he's like the used car salesman thing or whatever. No, he's really not. A-List Alverson is a very charismatic promo artist. I love the character. I love the background of it. How he does things. Oh my god! When him and Ivan Rage was going for the title, dude, Ivan Rage almost had him. He almost pulled the impossible, but like I wanted to laugh at what A-List Alverson was saying, but I was just kind of like, how did you no, how did okay. And it's just one of them things, like, people used to be amazed at the things that Tinman used to do and wonder how in the heck he pulled that off. Well, I've asked myself, how did A-List Alverson do that? Because I love the guy, love him to death, but man, I also love to hate him. I love to just love him. I love to hate him. I could sit there and smile and just be like, God, I hate you with your stupid ponytail and pointed chin and your flared nostrils and your perfect beard. Some of us can't grow perfect beards. You just stay up there in New York, you damn Yankee.
All right, I got one more for you. Here's a good blast for you. Arthur King.
Arthur King, the man of many faces, the man of many voices, but his voice never changes. Arthur King, really and truly, if the way I see this, if Denzel had never got his big break and he was like 6'2" and had some weird hair, I think Denzel Washington would have been the other Arthur King in another universe. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying nothing bad about Arthur King. He ain't as pretty as a Tin Man, but he got that smoothness of Denzel. 1 second, I'll do that smoothness. Yeah, he got that smoothness of Denzel. He stays with it. He stays with it, and he knows when to do stuff. Arthur King is the man that. Oh God, he got me. He got me big time. Well, I think it was for the. What was it? No, it wasn't even for the cat. It was for the Catalyst title.
Yeah.
I think it was, or it may have been for the Inferno title. But he got on to me about how you gonna be a champion, but you gonna sit there and not have that belt on screen. Learn something. It learned me real good. You keep that belt on screen. Any of y'all out there, if y'all ever win a promotional belt, it don't matter. And I know I've said before, if it was in another promo league, it don't matter. I'm telling you right now, I've changed that aspect. It don't matter if it's in a promo league in a galaxy far, far away. If you are a title holder of a promo belt, it don't matter if it belongs to that promo company or not. You put it on screen, because if you don't, someone is going to get on you about not being a champion. You busted your butt to get that belt. Display it. Show it. Do like Heathen. Show all three of them at the same damn time. Wasn't a single one of them. Not a single one of them belonged to Heart and Souls except for the tag belt, but he had 5 other belts and 6 other companies. Show them off. If that's all you got to work with, that's all you got to work with. But use it. Go for it. And that's what Arthur King did. Arthur King, honestly, in some aspects, was better than the Tin Man, because he would find a weakness and he would exploit it when you least expected it. Me, I find a weakness, I'm going to hit on as hard as I can until there ain't nothing left. He hits on it with one little note, and he does it so smooth and so great. But as much as I like Arthur King and everything that has to do with Arthur King, I really feel like I should have won the Inferno from him. I really feel like I should have, because I brought the intensity. I really did. But He got me with the facts, and sometimes the facts is all you need to win a match.
Sometimes lies will get you a match too.
That's true.
That has all happened. I got one final question here. Any advice for any promo artists wanting to enter this world of ours?
Well, as far as that goes, as far as entering the promo world ever, don't be afraid to be creative. That's the first thing I would say. Don't be afraid to be creative. If you have an idea, use it. Go for it. Take the time to put in the effort. Practice it. Reach out to other promo artists. Find one or two. I'm like, hey, I like how you did this. Tell me what you think of this. Talk to the producer. Talk to the people putting on the shows. Ask them what they think. Get their ideas from it. And have a little tough skin. Understand, you're going to be talking smack. You got to have a little bit of tough skin. If you're kind of I don't know, subconscious about your hair, wear a hat. Something. Yeah, comb it. Do something with it. Go crazy with it. I've done commercials for Tuesday with Tinman where I was in a bathrobe just blow drying my hair, man. I used to start an intro with me putting SpaghettiOs and meatballs in a microwave for 3 minutes for a countdown before a show, and then pausing long enough to stir it up and put it back in there. And then whenever they were done cooking, that's when the show started. Be creative. Come up with whatever you do. I did a Mentos commercial. It was the stupidest Mentos commercial ever, but they're all stupid. I mean, duh. If you bust a bag of Doritos and can't close it up, put it in a container. Duh, you don't need a Mentos for that. I did all kinds of stuff. Everybody used to love the whole thing of like, hey, I'm listening to voicemails. Well, I don't care what they got to say. And people would, oh my God, you ask somebody to send you a voice clip for a voicemail skit, they come up. A-list Albertson like surprised me. I had to laugh 5 times before I could ever like work it in. It was so hard. Be creative. Don't be afraid to be creative. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to collaborate. You find a promo artist out there you can work good with, that y'all can share ideas with. Do it. Put it together. The reason why I say that, do not do like, oh crap, what's his name? Oh, what's oh, I feel embarrassed now. He's gonna message me and say some bad stuff now. What was John's promo character's name?
John.
Villain, yes. Oh my
There's
gosh.
a few Johns out there. At least I got the right one.
Wow. Villain, yes, Villain. I mean, he had his own way of stuff, his own creativity. And Tinman and Villain sat there and came up with all kinds of iconic stuff that we could do. And a lot of them just never really got done because we either didn't have the time or the whatever. But we did come up with a lot of stuff. And on a fly, ended up in a tag team championship match. We lost, but it was fun. You collaborate. And the other thing I can really say about it, and I think this is where about 60 to 70% of being a promo artist comes from. You've got to be able to expand your horizons. By that, I mean, you're going to make friends. You are going to make friends. You're going to make some enemies too. I'm not going to lie. You're going to make some enemies. Hollywood Haywood.
What?
You're going to make some enemies. You're going to make some enemies. I say that. I say that out of good humor, of course.
Yes.
You're going to make some enemies. You're going to have people out there that are going to irk you, that are going to kind of edge you out. But the best thing about being a promo artist, when it's all said and done, it's not about the gold belts, which are amazing to have, by the way. It's not about the merchandise. Don't buy my merchandise. It's not about all that. The best part about being a promo artist is the 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. video calls.
Oh my God, yes.
With like 6 or 7 of us. Sometimes we're just talking about life. Sometimes we're talking about stuff that's going on in the world. And sometimes we're talking about, like, honestly, really and truly, the two best things about that: one, you get to get a lot of perspective from people, and number two, you can promo on somebody on a live video call, and you ain't got to worry about no butt hurt, and you ain't got to worry about getting disqualified. Because some of the best cut downs that I have used, seen, and heard were from those private video chats out of the locker room. I mean, and that's where a lot of ideas come up, and that's why I've earned the name. I earned the name that you gave me, legendary,
Yes.
because Arthur King will tell you. We were discussing something one day right before a show. I said, I'll be back in 5 minutes. I did a 2-minute hype, posted it, bam, and got right back up on the thing. I was like, all right, I'm back. I posted a 2-minute hype. They got off to go watch it. They got back on. Dude, what did you do? Well, I did this. And then, of course, the pulse. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Even if you're not in a big match, or even if you haven't done a whole lot of hype, if the only thing you can do is go on the pulse for 5 or 6 minutes even, and just put yourself out there, that helps you think on the fly, because people are going to get you on the pulse. I love doing the pulse. I love being active on the pulse. So many things happened. And again, legendary. Why am I so legendary? Y'all want to know why? I've done something else nobody's ever been able to do. I made Mr. Mayhem break live on screen.
Yes.
Totally did that. And even, well, I guess when the JP was doing it, me, heathen, oh my God, I pretended to have a helmet get stuck on my head.
Yes, you
And
did.
it was the greatest. And let me tell y'all, this was something I thought of on the fly, because a message popped up on the side from you. Hey, we need 10 more minutes. Y'all stall it out a little bit longer. Okay, boss. I'll stall it out for you. So I pretended to get a helmet stuck on my head, and the whole interview just stopped. It was 3 people on screen laughing. There were comments coming in. One dude was suffering from COVID. I cleared out his sinuses. One dude fell off the couch. Somebody stubbed their toe. One person spit Coke all over their phone. It was great. It was amazing. And it was probably the coolest thing to ever show up on TikTok. So, and then everybody was just like, is he going to get the helmet stuck on his head again? He's got the helmet out. Is he going to get it stuck on his head again? Nope, not going to do it. And even today, I will get random messages from promo artists, just checking in, see how they're doing.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, I'll have that one manager say, hey, are you busy on this day in June? I don't think so. Why? You think Dr. Perpendicular can come out and do a thing? Oh, my God.
It was quote unquote legendary. Definitely. Thank you so much, Tinman, for coming on here. Definitely the honors all on this side of the table. Love this interview. And definitely check us out here on Tuesday, where I will have your friend, A-List Alverson. We will be covering the Backlash Preview 2024. We'll be talking about that on Tuesday. Again, thank you, Tinman. I'm Dr. Quack, and we will see you next time.